Hi guys, welcome to a new video. In today's video, we are going to replicate this into a web app. We are going to use plain HTML and CSS, no other frameworks. In the last live, I told you some concepts of CSS, and now we are going to use this like flexbox and responsiveness. Now, talking about responsiveness, what is responsiveness? When a website or a web app, maybe website, so is responsive if it is compatible with both desktop and phone. So as you can see, there in the right side we have what is a desktop version of the website, and in the left side we have the phone or mobile version of the website. Now most today there are different types of different width and length of devices, like tablet, like some website are also designed to be work on Apple watches. So this is what responsiveness means. So now I will provide the link of this Figma file in the description. So what is Figma? First of all, so in like generally in the industry level, we like designers provide Figma files, and we developer use those Figma file to create, like, write code, write HTML, write CSS, like write React code to convert those Figma to a real website. So this is just a design file, and now let's start and let's see what we need to do. So what you have to do is first open like terminal and make a directory mkdir css. This is example. What is it? Oh, okay, sorry. CSS underscore example and cd css and do code dot. So this is open the VS code if you already have, and if you don't have, please install. And because I am going to use this ID, also you can open any ID of your choice. Okay, let's dive into the video. So first we need to create one HTML and one CSS file. So I will use touch index.html and styles.css. Okay, now what is the second thing? So first initiate the index.html with a template. You can just use exclamation and press enter. And for name, what we have in Figma, we have, I guess, bot hub. So let's, this is just a, what do you say, dummy website, so there is nothing to, like, whatever you can name this website. Now this is bot hub, and also we need to like import this style.css. So it we can do this by link relation equal to style styles it, and this should be styles.css. Yeah, okay, so we have imported the CSS file here. Now let's check if it's working or not. So just write h1 and hi there, and in the CSS we can write h1 color colon blue, and okay, now save this and open with live server. Let's see what happens. Okay, as you can see, we have this hi there in blue color. So yeah, we have linked the CSS file with the HTML file. Now you might be wondering what I'm doing, so let me just rewind. We created a HTML file. This is the boilerplate. This is provided by VS Code, and most of the IDE have these. And I wrote like h1 tag, and in the h1 we just to check if it's working or not, we made the color to blue. Now let's remove this and this also. Okay, so let's first open the Figma. So we have throughout the Figma we are using the font named Inter. So we first need to go to Google font, and let's just search for Google fonts here. Now you may have some font in the in this bag, so what you can do is just remove all the fonts and search for Inter. You should find Inter and just add everything. Just click on everything. Yeah. Okay, so we have added all the Inter fonts in our bag, maybe whatever this is, and then copy this. This is this is the link, so that your index.html knows where the that can download this font from the Google font. So now moving toward the VS code, we can just paste those here. And since the whole Figma, whole throughout the web page, we are using the same font, so in the body tag you can just copy these things. So here you can see this is the CSS rule, how to apply. You can just copy it and here you can paste it. So it means throughout the whole body, the font family Inter and in sans serif mode will be applied. So first thing is done. Now second thing is these uh, images. Okay, so how you can download these images? So you can just click here and go on export. Here you can just use 1x 2x whatever you want based on your requirement. And now export, click on the export. Here it will ask where you want to save. Now I already have this downloaded, so I don't think I need to download it again. So let me just copy it from, just a minute, here. Okay. Okay. Okay, so what you have to do is, okay, copy folder. What you have to do is make a asset folder and download all these three images. So I have already downloaded them, so I don't need to do that again. Now moving forward, let's see. So first thing we need to create is this nav bar, the upper nav bar. So let's start with that. So in HTML5 we have this nav tag, so you can start with that. And in nav we have two things. First is this image, so I will make a div uh, class logo, and here I can use img, and src should be yeah, logo.png. Now if you are wondering why my codes are being completed, auto completed, so the thing is that I'm using GitHub Copilot. Now if you are a student, you can also get it from student developer pack from GitHub that uses AI to convert what you say, AI to complete your codes. And it also helps in debug, and there are so much advantages for, so you can just check it out. Now the second thing is we have this logo and images. So we made a div whose class name is logo, and inside that we have this image. So let's check first how is it's looking. So if I go to this bot hub, so the image seems to be broken. And why is that? Okay, there is no logo.png. There is, okay, we don't have images folder, we have assets folder. Now it should be fine, assets slash logo.png. Now yeah, if you can see, it's showing here the quality is very dull because I exported in very less quality. You can export in greater quality. And now also you can see this is very large. First let me reset this. And yeah, it's currently also large, so we will fix that later. Now firstly, I'm trying to show you how the, what do you say, um, skeleton of the, what do you, HTML should look like. So after that div, we should have a h1 tag, h1 not h2 tag. That's a bot hub, it should be capital. Okay, now if you I should add the website here. Okay, now yeah, it's fine now. Okay, see. So we will first try to complete the navbar and make it exactly look like how it looks in Figma. So this is the Figma. There is this gap. So now here comes the use of CSS and Flex. So what we want is just add a, we don't need to add a class for nav because nav is the only element throughout the, there is only one nav throughout the like whole HTML. So we can just write the CSS for nav here. So nav should be display flex, and if I save, you can see it's fine. Justify, okay, first it should be width 100%. Okay, also like if you hadn't downloaded yet the like pesticides for Chrome, this is extension that really helps to like know the what to say, layout of the HTML and CSS, like layout of the page. So I generally use this. If you like, then you can use, or maybe not, depends on you. Okay, so again we have this in the nav also. Nav has a children called h2 maybe, and I want its margin to be 0. Okay, fine. And justify content center and align item center. Okay, I guess we don't need to justify content. Okay, so as you can see, if I disable this, but okay, first let me disable some of the one. Okay, now you can see we are, it's looking pretty much like that. We need some gap. So since this nav, this is a flex item, we can add gap also. These property like align item center, it's only applicable if the same div is also like displays flex. So also we can add gap, and we can add 10 pixel. Let's see, it's cool. Also like I want this image to be like smaller, so we can do this like do it like this. We have logo class, and inside that logo class we have image, so we can say dot logo. See, we hadn't used dot here because these are like tags, so we don't need to access them by like using dot. Now if something we want to access through class, then we need to add like dot. See, this logo is a class, that's why I needed to use dot, so that it can know that the element that that I want to access, or that I want to say is what do you say, mm, is a class. Like by, it had to search it by class. So inside the class we have image, and for image we want width to be 20 pixel and height to be auto. Let's see, it's smaller, so let's, yeah, 30 pixels seems fine to me. Now this what I say, if you see the Figma file, we have this text also not like bold. It's what to say, it's irregular, and it's of 12 pixels. So let's try that out. So the h2 font size should be small, and font weight should be 200. No, 200 is very, okay, 300, 400. Okay, let's see, 500. Okay, 500 looks cool to me. Now we have also we have color as 686868. Just copy the color, and you say color control V, and just as a hashtag before that. So the color is also color also looks fine. Now let's see how it is. So just, okay, sorry. Okay, the font should be a little bit smaller, but I guess it's fine, and the image size is also smaller here. Okay, so let's make it more like, Come on, man. Okay, the image side, I guess size should be 25. Yes, and let me just. Okay, and yeah. What, like, there is just a space that doesn't make it fit in the middle. So let's see what we can do. We have this. What if I remove this div and save, and I just add the class in the image itself. So what I'm going to do is class logo. Okay, it seems fine. It's in the middle also. Okay, what I did is remove the div, the wrapper div of the image, and made the image of the class logo itself. And I also removed that img from here. So now it looks cool to me. Again, this, like, if we want the padding here, and so what we should do is in the nav we can provide the padding. So let's try with this. Padding should be 2 pixel maybe. Okay, maybe 4 pixel will be cool. Okay, let's try with 6 pixel. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, now let's try to open the Figma. Okay, the padding should be greater also. Let's try this padding. Let's make it 15 pixel. Okay, yeah, it's fine now. Okay, so now you can see we had completed the nav bar. Let's move forward. So the second thing is, you can see, uh, let's make this, what to say, this one, and what to say, this can be said as a form. So there is this image and a form. There is also this image and there is this form. So let's say this. Just for now, ignore this, welcome back, and we are missing stuff. Just this form and this form. So this can be part of this. For now, let's just try to, okay, whatever you can understand, just try to think that this thing is not here. Okay, so here in the mobile version, it's like, what you say, it's column, and in PC view it's in like vertical, and it's in raw format, raw and column. So there is flex direction that should be raw and column. So what I'm saying, if you are not understanding, then let me like explain. Whenever you use the display flex, we can use some additional features. Like here you can see this gap and align items. These features are available for the flex content only. In grid also gap is available, but yeah, this doesn't work every time. So similarly, mm, there is also a attribute called flex direction that can decide where the page should be row wise and column wise. Okay, now let's like try to first make the skeleton, and later we can discuss on this thing. So there should be a section in HTML5. We can use section also. The ID should be form. Okay, and what is it, login form. I'll just add form. Okay, again, in the section we have this image first thing. So let's add image, and src should be asset slash botto one. I guess this should be a robo one. Rename robo1.png. So this robo one is but I, oh yeah, this is the image. So let's add this asset slash robo1.png. So this is the first thing. You have to always write alt tag. It's rendered whenever, see, you can see the robo1 png is not getting rendered here due to some reason. So in these cases, the alt tag will help. Say if I say hi. Okay, now if I, like, you can see if the image is getting like damaged or something, the whatever the alt here should be will get rendered. These are like helpful when a person is using, what is a reader, like screen reader. So a screen reader will like get the name of the image and it will tell the user that this type of image is being sought. So I will just add robo, we don't need to, and let's fix the image also. So yeah, the next thing is we have this image and we have a form. So just I will just add a form here, and let's add a input type text placeholder was email, I guess. Okay, so let's first like try to implement whenever it's like bigger screen, this image email should be here in the right side, and if it's a smaller screen, then this should be like in the bottom of this image like it's currently is. Okay, so let me introduce one new thing to you, that is media query. So it's something like use media query was there. Okay, let's google it. Because in generally you don't use it because most of the time you are using any framework like Tailwind and other stuff. So media query CSS. Okay, I'll just copy this and let's go to the place. What is this? Okay, let's see. It should be, yeah. So this as you can see, what first let's see what is happening. If I make it smaller, the background of the, what is it, HTML page is changing. Why is it happening? It is happening because in the media query we have said if the max width of like screen, this is the max width. See, media only screen, this is the width. So if the max width is 600, okay, now the max width here is this should be the 600 pixel. Okay, so if this is 600, then like if the width is less than 600, then the body like the whole background of the body, the background color should be light blue. Now if I decrease this, you can see the CSS is like applying the green color. Now if I change this to this max to min, you can see if I increase this, then the CSS like the background of the body changes. So you can control this, what you say, if you want something, if you want your whole CSS to be written in, what you say, in web format, and in the mean, in the like if you make this max and write all the CSS related to what you say, related to mobile phones or smaller devices to be in this part. So you will understand this, and also if you don't understand this, this is like semi important. So I will like say you to try to understand. So let me show you one thing also. It says if the screen's width is less than 600 pixels. See, if the screen width is less than 600 pixels, this is less than 600 pixel, then the background color of the body should be light blue. Now if I, instead of light blue, if I use red, so it will become red obviously. And if I increase the size, so how will it help? So let's try. If we want that whenever the screen size is less than like I will say whatever this size is, let's try to find the size. Okay, I want whenever the size is this, the width here is 1080, if you can see. Okay, let's make it 1000 pixel. If the width of the image like device is less than 1000 pixel, then I want uh I want something to happen. Okay, let's try to first figure this out how we are going to do this. We have in our skeleton, we have this form. So let's just in our CSS first access the form. Now if we had classes, we and we need to implement some style, we need to use dot logo, if you remember. And if we have to access by id, then we have to use hash. So hash form, okay, and in the form I want its flex display to be flex, display flex. Okay, now what I want is, by default in greater screen, like in normal it should be like, what do you say, for bigger screen it should be like this, and for the screen that whose maximum width can be 1000, i.e. those screen are less than 1000 pixel, there the form should have display flex. So display should be flex, but the flex direction should be column. Okay, let's see what happens if I decrease the size. You can see the image, email form or whatever this is getting rendered to the, like, below the image. Now let's see what is happening whenever I add whatever css you write here will be implemented throughout the, like, whatever the width of this image is, like whatever the size of the screen is. But when you write something here, it overwrites all those css that are written here. So here you can see we are not overwriting anything because we are using two different things, like display flex and flex direction column. So if I say, let's see what I'm saying, trying to do. If I say by default the body's background color should be red, so it will be red throughout the screen where whatever the width of the body is. But I say whenever the screen is smaller than, like, 1000 pixel, the background color should be blue. Now you can see by default it's red, but whenever the screen size becomes less than 1000 pixel, it changes the background color to blue. Oh, okay. You understand it. It overrides things. It doesn't, like, remove the earlier things. So if I also add here, like, some, what do you say? We already had, yeah, in the body we had this font family inter and sans serif, and we doesn't write any, like, what the font family should be in the, whenever it's less than 1000 pixels. See, the font remains the same. So this means that the css that is initially, like, applied always remains there, but if we write the same css inside the file, it gets overwritten. So here you can see this gets overwritten by this. Now I would like you to, like, if you still doesn't understand this, like, try to go through the documentation of media query. You can use w33 schools website. Here just google what is media query or in css, and it will, like, show you. There is a bunch of example on the internet. So now moving forward, we accomplished our goal. Now the image is literally, like, breaking. So what I want is, let's first add some class to this image. So class should be, let's say, hero image. Okay, now in the css, by default dot hero image should be of, what to say, let's go to the Figma and try to find what is the width here. The width is 332, and here also. So the image will have constant width. So let's width equal to 332 pixel, and height should be auto. Okay, so if I, like, you can see the email is getting rendered to the right whenever the screen is bigger than 1000 pixel, and for the smaller screen it's getting in one line. So now what the next thing we want these things to be center aligned. So for center align, what you have to do, you have to, like, make this form flex. We already have the form flex. Okay, let's see what we can do. We have to do width 100% and align item center. Will it work? It worked. So see, it's working here, but when I see what happens when I stretch the screen, see what happened here is the this, what to say, okay, this like height of the screen remains like what the height of the image is. So it's not working how we want it. Like I wanted this to be here, not like here. So whenever the screen is large, we want its heights to be increased. So what for now we can do is, let me think, we can add its height to be like 90 viewport height. So what viewport height is, so this is our viewport from here to here, and 90 viewport height means we are using 90% of the viewport height. Let's see what happens. Height equal to, let's not use viewport height. Okay, instead of this I have a plan. What we can do is, it's fine in the phone screen, right? In the here it's not working good. So for the hero image we can do is add padding 100 pixel comma 0. Okay, let's see. Let's remove this. Yeah, it's cool, it's looking cool. But yeah, padding is applied here also, so let's make it 100 pixel. And whenever we have like a smaller screen, we need to remove this padding. So we can do 0 padding 0. Okay, let's see. Okay, it's working now. See, the padding is here whenever we have like bigger screen, and when we have smaller screen the padding is not there. Also we can like now I want it to not to be 100 but 200 pixel. Let's see how it's working in bigger screen. I guess it's fine now. Okay, so first thing is done. Now second thing, whenever we have bigger screen, we want form to be justify content space between. Let's see. No, not space between, it should be space around. Okay, so you can see now what is space between, space around. What I want you to just google, because there is many vector images that will like show you the example. Justify content space between. Okay, yes, this is the flex start. When all the items are like aligned to the flex start, this is by default. Every justify bit content is flex start. This is flex end, center, space between, space around. Space around, like it uses all the empty spaces, and like if this is 4 pixel, this should be 4 pixel, and this should be 2 pixel. Like this and this should mix up to be 4 pixel. Now okay, you can also use, see, this is space around and this is space between. Again, if you're not understanding, just search, google it, you will understand. It's just small css concepts, you will understand that. I have like full faith on you. Okay, now moving forward again, what is the next thing we have to do? So we have to complete this form. Now the image looks cool to me, like it's working as we like wanted. Next thing, we have to complete this form. Okay, let's open the Figma. We have in the form, we have first thing like label. See, these you can use label or you can use h1. So just let's use h1. H1 is very cool because we are using very greater fonts. So welcome back, and we have this p tag which says we were starting to miss you. And so okay, so in the, we have this input for email, and we also have this input for password. Input type should be email. Here password placeholder, password After this we have the button. Okay, we have this forget password. So p tag, and we have this image. Okay, let's make it like this. We make a div, src should be assets slash robot2.png, and after that image we should have always not forget to write the alt. That should be forget password, and after this we have a p tag that say forgot p, not p tag, it should be like anchor tag. Let me just change this. And it should be href. Let's not define that. Okay, so what we have done so far, we added welcome back, we added we are starting to miss you, we added two input like inputs for email and password. Then we made a div which have this baby robot and this a anchor tag that says forget password. We forget to add a like exclamate not interrogatory sign, and after that we have button that say sign in. Later we have a p tag that says uh, don't have don't have account, sign up. Okay, this again, this should be in a anchor tag. Okay, now if you are wondering why I'm using anchor tags here, so the thing is that these links are supposed to be like hypertext. Whenever you click this, some actions would be happen. It should redirect you to forget password page, it should redirect you to sign up page. That's why we are using anchor tag here. Now we have also like terms and conditions. So okay, whatever, by signing up you agree. Okay, now let's see what have we done so far. So this is without css, without any css, how it looks. Now if I do this, you see our like it's working like how it should arrange, but we just need to like add css in this part. So let's start with that. Okay, we are almost 90% done now. Yeah, so we have this form, and in the form we have okay, okay, fine. Okay, let's add this make this sections id something different. This should be auth. Let's make this auth, and we also need to change here also control v auth, and let's make this form class sign up form, and copy this dot sign up form. In dot sign up form we need to like add the classes, sorry, add the styles. So first we will start with display flex, and see by default the flex gives align item, sorry, no, flex direction raw. So we need to change it, and we will write flex direction column. It should be fine. Now next thing we need to like do is this h1 have what I want is right here, right, h1 margin, okay, margin 0 fine. And P for P also, H1 comma P. Yeah, fine. Okay, the next thing, so what I did is by default HTML like browser applies some CSS to the all the tags. HTML and CSS all have some word like margins. If you use anchor tags, you can see there is this color by default. So I just wanted to get rid of the margin, because margin really is not really good when we are using flex, because it gives extra space that doesn't look like we are following the same gap throughout the flex. So it seems that somewhere we have 4 pixel gap, somewhere we seems 8 pixel gap due to margin, because margin gives that extra space. Moving forward, gap should be, let's 5 pixel. Okay, let's open the Figma also here. Okay. I want you to open the Figma in your other device like phone or else, because I have two screen. If you have, then it's good. Open in the second one. Otherwise, you can just open on the phone or take the screenshot. Now, we have this welcome back text in the sign up form. So what we can do is add a class to this, or we can just use the how we like access the childs. So we can sign up form h1, and we can say color should be like, let's try 6868. Yeah, it's fine. It's a little darker than that. You can just go on Figma and copy the text color. Let me just do that only. 5A we have this, just paste here. Below that we have this P tag that says we are starting to miss you, so I will add that also, comma P1. Okay, comma should be there. Okay, not working. Okay, so it should be P. Okay, yeah, it's fine. Next thing we have to just a minute. Okay, now next thing we need to do is make these input fields look good. So for this we again have to go to dot sign up form input. See, by default, but you can do it both the ways. You can add the class here and write the CSS about the class in the CSS, but I want to do it like this. Then it just depend on you. Sometimes it good, sometimes bad, depends on what like standards wherever you are working is being used from initially. So I'm using this standard. This is just my choice. Moving forward, so what you can see, we have rounded border radius. We have border dash radius to be 100%, not 100%, it should be like 20 pixel. Yeah, it's fine. We can increase this. We need padding 10 pixel. We have border 1 pixel solid gray. Let's see what happened. Okay, gray, we need to like change the color. Just go to the Figma and try to like how you can get the color is, just click here and you will see the stroke color. It's E5 E5 E6. Just copy that and paste here. Yeah, we also like need to increase the padding. Let's try 15 pixel. 15 pixel looks fine. If I do 15 pixel, we have to go to like 30 pixel. Okay, seems fine. The text that we are using, we need to like use color, and what should be the color of this email. It's 9. You can just copy from the Figma, and I'm just doing that only. Okay, also the font size is smaller. Font size, it's fine, I guess. Yeah, it's still fine. Okay, the gap is like why we don't we I guess we need to increase the gap. Let's try 15 pixel. Yeah, it's fine. Now here, everything looks cool. We need to like make this to the right. So how we are going to do this? Now let's see how. If we make this div flex and make the align item to the flex end, then these items should be starting from here. Now let me just show you how we can do this. First we need to access this div. So how we can do this is just add a class equal to forget PRD dash. Okay, dot forget password, and we want its display flex and justify content flex, and let's see it's working. Align item, now we need to align item center. Most of the work is done. Now what I want is decrease the size of image. So what we can do is just access the class and go to the image tag there and write width. It should be 10 pixel, I guess. No, 20, 30. Let's go with 30. Okay, 30 seems fine to me. Okay, just 25 pixel is good. Also we need some gap, so here you can add in the forget password, you can add gap, should be for 5 pixel. Let's go with 10. Yeah, 10. Let's go with it. Okay, you just have to do hit enter to just get these spacings, and if they provide in the Figma, like by default we are using this much space only, this much space only, then it's also fine. Now forget password, we don't want the underline, so text decoration, no, not here. We just want to access this anchor tag, I guess. Yeah, in the div we have a tag, so forget password plus a, and I want text decoration. Text decoration should be none. Okay, one thing done. Now the color should of the text should be, just go to Figma, copy the color 630 F7. Fine, we need its like font weight should be larger, so font weight should be like I guess bold. Okay, font size should be smaller, font size smaller. Cool. Bold is too much, let's try with 500. Okay, yeah, it's fine. Now one thing we have completed is this forget button. Now whenever it click, we don't have any href for now. If you are building better like a whole project, then you have to like write here like href. It should like let the user to forget dash password href slash forget dash password, and if I click here it should like, what is it, dot, no, it should be said this only. Okay, yeah, it should be like this. You have to say http colon slash slash and whatever like you want to say. See if I say google.com, if I say google, okay, google. No, it should, why is it not working? https colon slash slash google.com. Okay, I'm adding it to the sign up. Okay, just click the sign up, it should take you to Google. So instead of Google you should write, what do you say, your forget password page link. So if I do here forget password, let's see what happens. if I click here, it led me to like slash forget passwords. Of course, this page is not available. That's why you got it. Now I'll remove this. Okay, next thing is this button. For button, what we have, if you go to Figma and click on the button, see Figma have this cool feature, it provides the CSS also. So what you can do is go to the dev mode and click on the button. You can see there is whole CSS for like whole CSS for the button. Now let's try to copy and paste. First we have to access this, like how can we target this button. So in the dot, what do you say, sign up form, we have a button that have this style. Let's just copy from Figma first. Okay, and also after the copying the layout, you need to, okay, you can see we don't need this border. So border radius should be, sorry, the border should be 0, and the text color should be white. So color should be white. Okay, fine. Now also cursor, by default it should give, okay, cursor, see if I hover over this text, nothing, like cursor doesn't like whenever I do it says this hand gesture, but generally the button should look clickable. That's why I want is cursor pointer. Let's see, the cursor becomes pointer whenever I hover over the like button. Also I will like let you know what the pseudo classes mean. I want whenever I hover over the button, the color of this button should change. How can we do this? Dot sign up form slash button colon hover, and then we want the background to be, let's copy this and change it a little bit. So control C, control V. I just want this to be this. Let's see what happens if I hover this. This would do like this. Now okay, okay, there is one issue that you should see in here. It's not working as we expected. It should be below this. Let's see what's the problem. The auth is not, class auth is not working. Hashtag or display flex. Okay, we also need to change the name of the class here. It should work. Yeah, fine. Okay, there are some things. Okay, now we have this don't have account, and by signing up you agree to our terms and condition. Now what I want for you guys to discover how you can add the style as it's written in the Figma. To be honest, you can, what you can do is just click on here and you can get the like designs and subs from here, but I want you to discover all these things. I am now going to tell you how you can, if you like see in Figma, if you see this welcome back thing is not present here. Okay, so let me just tell you how we can do this. What we want is when the screen is like greater than like 1000 pixel, then we want this to be appear, otherwise it should be not, it should not appear. So for that we have of like properties that's a display should be none. So now what we can do is for this h1 and for this p, let's go there. By default its display should be no, here, not here, just copy this. Whenever the screen size is less than 1000 pixel, then its display should be none. Let's try display none. Let's see if I make this smaller, it disappears, right? Now if you like see the h1 and p also like access these p's, so that's why they also gets disappeared. What we can do to like solve this, we can just add a fake class, like say uh hidden, let's say hidden, control C, and here also, and here also. Now if I do this and remove this, and I just say hidden to be display none, you can see here they are appearing like as per the design in the Figma, and here they are not like present. Now if we also want to increase the gap here, so what we can do is go to the hashtag auth and add gap to be 20 pixel. Pixel, yeah, it's fine. Now we also want the padding to be 20 not here. We can do that. Padding 20 pixel. Okay. Now the only thing that is remaining that you guys have to do is add the styles to these two things as per it's given in the Figma. I will like provide the link to the Figma file there. Now if you have any question, please let me know. I am ready to help. Let me know in the comments, and also yeah, you have the you all like I'm from you, if I'm from your college, you are like you are a student of my college, then yeah, you can meet me in hostel also. Okay, so I guess this was pretty much everything. If we miss anything, let me know and we will try to complete that. Okay, see you. Bye bye.